guys, today I want to check the sag on the rear suspension, and then we'll look at adjusting the preload on the rear shock. So first of all, it's a case of standing the bike upright. It's a good idea to straighten the bars. A bit tricky when you're on your own. Okay, now I'm going to measure height. Currently there's no load on it. I'm getting 94 centimetres to the top, or the middle of the rack. That's 94. So I take up the slack and we're up to nearly 99. So that's 50 centimetres sag, which is 2 inches. So we certainly need to increase the preload on the rear shock. So let's look at how we go about doing that. Okay, so I've jacked the bike up to take the load off the back wheel and any tension off the spring. So you can see back wheel turns. So the rear shock, you can just see through there. And the adjustment is in here. So it's difficult to get at like that. So what we're going to do is remove the seat and this side panel, and then we can get in there. There is another way to adjust it, which means removing the shock, which is a big job, and I don't want to do that. So I'll show you the simple way. So let's get set up and carry. Okay, so let's remove the rear rack so we can then get the seat off and the side panel. So the rear rack is literally just 4 bolts. If you don't have the rear rack fitted, you only have to remove 2 bolts, one either side of the back of the seat. These bolts can stay in. Okay, that's the 4th bolt out. Some collars, so black collars at the back, 2 black collars. And then there's some chrome collars on the front mounts. There's 2 chrome collars. Don't mix them up. That's the rack off. Then the seat, simply lift at the back and pull out. And the seat up. The side panel is literally, we've got a 5mm Allen bolt here. So I'll take that out. And then there's a little plastic pin behind, just in this area behind this lip. Basically, I just put a small Allen key, pop button down, and then you can just lift it with your fingernails. And that's the little plastic pop down, holds that piece in. And literally there's a bung there, and there we go, panel off. So we'll zoom in a bit closer for the next shot so we can see we're going to be working in this area. Okay, so I hope you can see, it's a bit tight to see in here, but I'm going to loosen off the lock nut. I have loosened this off earlier, so get that out of the way. I did actually tightened this up last week, but I need to do more, so I'm kind of halfway there. So I'm going to give it another few turns and see what we're looking at then. So it's a case of just tapping this around. I think it would be easier if the shock was off and you could use the correct tool for the job, but it's a big job to take the shock off, which I don't really want to get into. If I upgrade, obviously I'll take the shock off, and we can look at producing a video to that effect. Okay, I'm happy with where that's at now. I think that's going to give me what I'm looking for. I don't want to max it out to as tight as it'll go. You know, maybe I will do it again in the future. So just aligning the top ring and the bottom ring, there's a little yellow marker, so they're lined up now, so that's locked down nicely. Okay, let's put things back together now. Okay, so let's get the side panel back on first. So we just align this here. There's a lug here that fits in here, so just line them up and slide it in, and then pop that in there. So that's secure, and we've got two fasteners. So here's the little pop thing. So just pop the pin back out, and then that will drop in the hole just behind. Yeah, and push that down, so that's secure there. And then we've got the Allen bolt and a 5mm Allen key just to nip that up. The dog's helping me today. Okay, so next, back on with the seats. So they're the location lugs. So we just basically hold the seat back a little bit, and it slides in like so. And these black lugs here go in between the frame and the rear fender. Now that's in position. Then it's a case of back on with the rear rack. So I find it easier to put on the rear rack. So I've got the fastener, put that through, and then we've got a collar. It's the chrome collar that goes into the seat. So that's the first one in. And on this side, same again. Get the collar in position. Pop the bolt through. Just get a bite on them for now. And then for the rear, it's the black collars. They're slightly different size. So pop that in. Just get a bite. And finally, another black collar. Pop that in there. And knit that up with a 6mm Allen key. You may have seen some of my other videos which already shows you how to fit and remove the rack, so you can skip through if you're familiar with this. But yeah, the main thing was how we adjust the rear shock. Now hopefully we're going to get a lot less sag. I've probably moved, looking at it, yeah, I reckon I must have dropped that tensioner by maybe 30mm. That'd be interesting. I will test it to see what sag we've got once I've dropped it off the stand. Okay. It'd be interesting. I'm 75 kilos on average, and I, to be honest, I find the suspension pretty good. But I hear larger guys finding that it's very bouncy, but I think maybe that's got something to do with weight, and especially if you're travelling and you've got luggage on the back, you're really loading that rear shock up. So be interesting. I'm going to do some off-roading in this week and see how it feels. I may upgrade to the YSS, but we'll run it a few times first. Okay, let's get this checked now. Okay, I just want to check the sag now we've adjusted the preload. So stand the bike upright. Just get a marker here. So there's no weight on the bike. I'm getting the top of the rack 95. So let's lift this up. So 95, 97.5. So yeah, we've gained 25mm, or it's not dropping. It was dropping 50mm. Now it's only dropping 25. So that's taken out a lot of the sag. So hopefully that'll handle a lot better off-road. So I'll give it a test run today, and I'll feed back on the site, let everyone know. Next thing is to pack out the front spring. I'll do another video on that. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if it's been useful, and I'll see you soon.